In section 31, we're building upon our knowledge of linear regression to create a different type of model, and that's called exponential regression. So we're going to take some data that appears to be exponential in nature, so generally we're doubling or tripling or whatever, or maybe even a decay function where we're cutting the value in half, and going to create an exponential function out of that. Now, again, the process is very, very, very similar to what we did with linear regression. It's just a matter of what model we're picking. Instead of picking option 4, which was linear regression, now we're going to pick option 0, which is exponential regression. So as an example, we have some data here. We have the points 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 with outputs of 1, 2, 3, 10, and 20. What we're going to do is create an exponential regression function. Now, based on this information, I can tell that it would be exponential because the fact here that we're growing much quicker towards the end than the beginning tells me it's probably not linear. So to create an exponential model, we're going to first type that data into our stat menu. We're going to type our lists up. Again, I have data in here, so I'm going to clear it out. I'm going to go up, hit clear, and enter. Up that one, clear, and enter. Into list 1, I'm going to type my inputs, which are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In list 2, I'm going to put my outputs, which are 1, 2, 3, 10, and 20. There we go. All right, so now I have that data into the list 1 and list 2. I've already determined that it will be exponential because they said create an exponential model. So now I go back to my stat menu. And actually, let's just double check. Let's make sure that this is actually a good exponential function with the scatter plot. So we're going to go to y equals, and I'm going to clear out anything that's there. Got my equation from the previous activity. And then I'm going to go to zoom 9. And I can tell based on that it appears to kind of stay low for a while and then jump up quickly. That appears to be exponential. So it looks like I'm on the right path. So to create the model, I go to Stat, Calculate, and I don't see that on the screen, but I do see an arrow telling me that there's more down there at the bottom, and I see that right over here. So I'm going to go down until I see it. And there it is, exponential regression. If you already know where it is, if you know it's option 0, you can go ahead and type that in, and it'll take you to the same spot. List 1 is our X, that's what we want. List 2 is Y, that's exactly what we want. We are not going to do anything with the frequency list. We're going to store it, though, just like we did in linear, by going to alpha, trace, and store it into Y1. And then we're going to calculate. And there's our exponential model. A is our initial value, 0.903, and you can say, well, it's not actually what we had, but we're taking that value and trying to make it a nice exponential function out of it. So it is going to change our initial value for the model. Then we have our base, our growth factor, 2.138, once we get rounded to 3 decimal places. So I'm going to just refresh over here, and you're going to see that all that stuff will change. It is stored into Y1. That's exactly what we want. And we'll definitely see that that exponential function goes very close to those points. So it seems like it's a pretty good fit. And then we've got our table down there. So in question 3 and 4 of the activity, we're asked to use that model to evaluate f of 7. So I'm going to quit out of here. Go to alpha, trace, and I'm going to call up the variable that I want, y1. And evaluate where I want to, which is at 7. So put in parentheses 7 and hit enter. And again, rounding to 3 decimal places, I've got 184.651. And if I want to do the same thing for 9, I'll call up that function again, alpha trace of y1 for 9. and hit enter. 844.418. So again, linear regression, exponential regression are processes almost identical. The main difference here is the type of model that we are choosing. We're going to follow the same steps of entering the data into our lists, then calculating the regression model based on what we need, whether it's linear or exponential.